So I'm going to show you a qualitative analysis software, which is solely powered by AI and is developed by Verbi Software. They are the developers of MAXQDA. So this software is called MAXQDA Tailwind, right? If you want to use it, you can just go to the website and type tailwind.maxqda.com, and then you'll be able to use it, right? This is very different from MAXQDA, right? This focuses on if you want to use AI to help you to analyze your qualitative data and get an instant report so that you can use it, then this software will be very good for you, right? So see MassQDA as where the researcher is more involved in making sense of the data, right? But this one is a little bit different because when it comes to intensity in terms of using AI, this software you are using AI more, right? So AI will suggest themes to you or topics to you, and then you review and decide, right? So if you want a software where you can put your data in, and then within few seconds you get your results and review and develop a report, create a report that can be useful for you instantly, then this software is very good for you, right? You just have to upload all your transcripts, and then the system will analyze it and give you the results in an instant way. It doesn't mean that you are not leading the analysis, right? Everything that the system is giving you is suggestions. You have to decide, right? You can make any adjustment that you want. So you are still leading the data analysis process. But this is where, if you really want to extensively use AI to analyze your qualitative data, then this software is very good for you, right? This is very useful for researchers or professionals where they just want to instantly get information so that they can work on it, and they don't want to spend a lot of time and energy because it takes considerable amount of time to make sense of your data if you want to do it manually. So this one is going to really helpful for you. The system is going to go through, extract information that are significant, and then you can review, and then the system can also generate a report to you. So let's try and see. If you want to try it out, you can use it for 7 days, right? For free for 7 days. And then if you like it, then you can go ahead and buy a plan, right? So you go to the website tailwind.maxqda.com, and when you log in, this is what you're going to see, right? So you have your project here, and then if you want to create a new project, you can see here, if you want to create a new project, you just have to click on new project, right? And then you give a name of the project. So the project that we're going to use, let me show you what we're going to use. I've been using this data for a long time. I'm going to try and see what I'm going to get, right? So I'm focusing on burnout among primary healthcare physicians, and then I'm focusing on the causes and the solutions of burnout, right? So let's see what we're going to get. And I have 5 transcripts, and these are the demographics. So what I'm going to do is that for the project name, I will just say burnout among primary healthcare physicians. So let me bring this information here. And then project description, you can just give the purpose of the study, or maybe your research question, or maybe the objective of the study. It's not required to put a description there, but if you have a lot of projects, it's very good for you to do that. And here you can choose the language that you want the content to look. There are many languages here that you can choose from, right? So I will just leave it as English and then click on create. So when you click on create, this is what you're going to see. This presentation is sponsored by Verbi Software. I'm going to talk a little bit about them later. So now I've created my project. So the next step that you have to do is that you can click on the project, right? And you can also create more than one project, right? And then you click on the project here. And when you click on this is what you're going to see, right? Now, what we have to do is to upload all our transcripts. So I'm going to upload all the 5 transcripts. So I go here and I browse and I look for my 5 transcripts, the P1 to P5, and I select all of them, bring them here, right? So instantly, all your transcripts that you have uploaded will be show. It will show here, right? You click on summary, and within few seconds, the system will summarize the transcripts for you. And also, as you can see from this summary, it also provides you the locations or where you can find that information, right? So you see here, when I click here, I can find this information here. When I click here, I can find that information here. That makes this software so useful. You can check, right? So one limitation about using AI to analyze your data is that it can also make up stuff for you, right? So having a tool that can point you to the evidence in the description is a very good tool, right? So you can see here that you can click on the green links and then it will show you where the evidence are. So you can read this one and also see the evidence, and also it helps you to verify this information, right? If the system is providing that summary for you and also a link, you can also look at a link there and look at the source or the evidence and see whether what the system is providing to you is adequate, right? Or it is good. So you can do the same thing for the other ones. I can click here and then create a summary. I can click here and I have the summary here. I can click all of them. So it looks like the system automatically create summaries for you after it has uploaded all the information, because it looks like the summary has already been generated, right? So you have it here. You can copy the summary and then use it later. So now that we have our transcript here, the next step is to go to topics. So think about topics as like themes that you want the system to look for evidence from the data in supporting of the themes, right? Or if you don't have any topics in mind, the system can suggest topics for you. So when you click here, find topics, the system will go through all your transcript and identify topics for you. Here, you have the final say because these are all suggesting. The system is suggesting topics to you, and then you select the ones that you think is important, right? So you see here, it talks about physician demographics and professional context. I'm not really interested in this one because I'm focusing on the causes and solutions of burnout. And this one, inspiration and motivation for entering medicine, I'm not interested in that. It's not really related to the cause and solution of burnout. Experience and frequency of burnout and stress. It might be related to what I'm looking for, so I can check that. Let me see. Causes and contributing factor to burnout. Yes, I'm interested in this one, this topic. Uh, Strategies for mitigating burnouts. So, okay, solutions for burnout. Yeah, I'm interested. Impact of career stage on burnout. Yes. It's also related to the causes of burnout, evolution and challenges of medical profession. Evolution and challenge of medical, and this one gives a description so you can read and then see whether this one is important to you. Yes, it talks about the costs of burnout, work-life balance, and family responsibilities. And you can also see here professional identity and self-perception. Mm, if you are not clear about that, you can also read the definitions, and then that will give you an idea. It looks like this one is interesting because it's also part of burnout, which it's talking about feeling inadequate, and that can also lead to burnout. So you see that I've selected the topics that are related to what I want to focus on. When you are done, you can click on Add Topics, right? And then when you do the Add Topics, you see that the topics are here, a description of the topics is there, and also it's now generating summaries that are related to the topics. So the system is generating summaries, they are in progress. As you are waiting, you can also add topics, right? So if you want to add a new topic by yourself, you can click on Add Topic, and then you can bring a topic that you are interested in. So let me see whether I have any topic that I want to explore. And let me see whether I have. So in terms of the causes of burnout, I just want to focus on these topics, right? So one of the topic is having higher workload, right? That's my topic. You can also give a description. So the description is like, what does this topic or theme represent, right? So you can give, it's not required. You can do that if you want to. When you are done, you click on Add Topic, right? When you click on Add Topic, the system will now look through the data and then develop a summary related to the topic, right? So you see here that the system has developed a summary related to the topic. I can add a second topic. Let me add a second topic. This one is related to the solutions of burnout. And one of the solutions is having preferred working hours, having preferred working hours. Let me put it here. And then I click on add topic, and then the system will go through the data and then extract information and summarize it for you. So you see here that it has provided me a summary, and then it has also provided me links to the sources, right? So when I click on this link, it will show me where the system got that information. So it's also showing me what participant 2 said related to having higher workload, right? And then if you want to also kind of see where exactly the participant was saying that. So one thing I like about this one is it's not just giving you a summary, it's giving you evidence in supporting the summary, right? So that you can check you are a verifier of the AI information, right? So you are not a passive consumer of AI output. You are an active consumer because you are verifying that information and it has given you the source for you to verify. And that's what I like about this software. So you see here that it has also provided all the information related to the topics that I requested. Now we are done here, right? And we will come back to this place. The sponsor for this presentation is Verbi Software. They are the developers of MAXQDA and also MAXQDA Tailwind, the one that I just showed you. MAXQDA is a very powerful qualitative software. If you have your survey data with open-ended responses and even quantitative data, in addition to the open-ended responses, you can use MassQDA to analyze it. If you have interview data, if you have focus group data, all kinds of qualitative data and some quantitative data, you'll be able to use this software to make sense of it. If you have your audio and you want a system to transcribe for you, they have a transcription system that it can automatically transcribe your audio or your video so that you can start analyzing your data. It's also have an AI assistance function in there if you want the system to suggest codes for you, if you want a system to summarize some parts of your document, if you want a system to help you to come up with themes and codes, AI assistant within MassQDA will be a powerful tool to help you to make sense of your data. And then it can also help you to visualize your data. A lot of ways to visualize your data. You can try them out and then you choose the one that help you to communicate your findings in a meaningful way. If you want to use MassQDA, you can try it out for 14 days for free. So try it out and let me hear from you. Thank you. Back to the video. So when you go here and click on summary tables, when you click on that, it will give you the chance to create a table. So let me create a table by clicking on create table. And what will happen is that the summary that the system has developed, right? It will create a table and show that. And this one you can export it if you want. So the system is asking you, okay, what kind of data that do you want the system? What type of data? Do you want to focus on all the transcript? If you want to focus on all the transcripts, you select and then you click on apply, right? And then you go to the topic. Do you want to focus on all the topics or you want to focus on some of the topics? Maybe I want to focus on only the causes of burnout, right? So I choose things that are related to the causes of burnout. So when you are done, right, you click on apply and then the system will generate the table for you. So you see how the system has generated a table. You see that P1 for this theme, there's no information from the data in supporting this theme from P1, but there's information from the data supporting this theme. So you see here that the system has given you a summary table. You can export this information if you want. If you click on this one, and then you can export. Let's open and see how it looks like. So you see here that the same thing that you saw from the website or the AI tool, this is the same thing that we can see here, right? So you see that information also, all the references are there for you to look at, right? So now let's go back and see. So you see here reports, right? You can click on reports here, and then you can create a report by clicking on create a report. And the system is asking what kind of report, or you want to select the document that you want the system to develop, base the report on. So here you select this one and then you choose, maybe I want to focus on all the documents, right? And then here you can see here the system is asking you, so what questions you want to report to be based on? So maybe let me choose one of my research questions. So I will say, what are the causes of men among primary healthcare physicians? Let me see. So you can put your research question here. It also can give additional instruction. That's optional, right? You can tell the system, I want only a page, or I want it in a table format. Any information, additional information that will help the system to generate a report that will meet your needs, you can provide that information here, right? When you finish, you click on create report. So the system is creating a report to take a few minutes for it to create, and let's wait. Okay, so now we have that information. So there is about what is the causes of burnout among primary healthcare physicians, and also it gives you an abstract providing you a summary related to the report, and then the system has provided you the courses. So the first course is professional demands and work load. And the next one is work-life balance challenges. The next one is career stage and expectation, right? So you see, and then it has also provided you links to the evidence that you can also click on and also review. So if you are okay with what the system, so you see that it took a minute for the system to create that information for you, you can go ahead and export. If you want to export, you can click here and then you'll be able to export. Right. So the last option here is chat with, you can chat with your document. So if you want to chat with your document, you can click on chat. And then here you can select the document you want to chat with. So I just want to focus on all the 5 transcripts. So the question is, can you generate top 3 themes addressing the following research question? And the research question is, what can be done to reduce burnout among primary healthcare physicians? And then I click on enter, and you'll be able to get that information. So it looks like it's processing that request. Okay, so now, so the first one, you see the first thing, prioritizing personal well-being and family time. And then we also have the sub themes here. And then the second one is gaining control over workload and schedule. And then we have also sub themes here. So you see how the system, you can interact with the data, your data, and then get information that you need right from it. Right. So you see that the interface is so simple to use. This is very useful if you want to quickly get information to help you to generate a report or help you to present an information in a short period of time. And as I said, what I really like about the system is that it provides you evidence. Any summaries that it provides, it also adds evidence for you to review and verify and make sure that what the system has provided you is the right information. And you can also export your project to MAXQDA. How do you do that? You click on projects, right? And you see here, click this 3 dots here, export project for MAXQDA. You click on that, and then the system will download your project and you'll be able to open the project in MAXQDA, right? So now it has downloaded, you can see where the information is. So now you can save the information at a place that you want. Let me save it in the desktop. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to MAXQDA. And then I'll click on open, right? And go to my desktop. And this is a project, right, that I just exported. Let me see. Yes. So the system was able to bring it here. So you see here, all my participant transcripts are here, and also the codes that I generated, right? They are all here. And you can go ahead and explore. So you see here, these notes are just summaries that the system generated. If you want to see the summary, you can go to analysis and click on summary table, and then it will pull up all the summaries related to the codes or the themes and also the source, right? The whether it's from P1 or P2 or P3, P4, P5, and all these are all the summaries, right? And you can even export if you want to export. So let's go back. So you can continue the coding process based on these codes, right? So then you can go through the data, and if this one is significant, you can drag and drop it into the specific code, right? So that's how you're gonna do. You can continue the manual coding after the system has provided you some codes that are related to the research question that you have, or that are related to the evidence that you found the data. So you can also continue here and do the coding. And I want to tell you, I hope this one is helpful for you. Thank you so much for your time. The sponsor for this presentation is Verbi Software. They are the developers of MAXQDA and also MAXQDA Tailwind, the one that I just showed you. MAXQDA is a very powerful qualitative software. If you have your survey data with open-ended responses and even quantitative data, in addition to the open-ended responses, you can use MassQDA to analyze it. If you have interview data, if you have focus group data, all kinds of qualitative data and some quantitative data, you'll be able to use this software to make sense of it. If you have your audio and you want a system to transcribe for you, they have a transcription system that it can automatically transcribe your audio or your video so that you can start analyzing your data. It's also have an AI assistance function in there if you want the system to suggest codes for you, if you want a system to summarize some parts of your document, if you want a system to help you to come up with themes and codes. AI assistant within MassQDA will be a powerful tool to help you to make sense of your data. And then it can also help you to visualize your data. A lot of ways to visualize your data. You can try them out and then you choose the one that will help you to communicate your findings in a meaningful way. If you want to use MassQDA, you can try it out for 14 days for free. So try it out and let me hear from you. Thank you. Back to the video.